kind of tasted like oaky bourbon. Then the more I sipped it, it was like, oh, I'm getting that spearmint, peppermint, or pepper flavor. So it transformed throughout my process.
I do want to come back. This is a 4-year product, and the oak on this thing is remarkable for being 4 years
so
old.
Young, yeah. Welcome to the channel, bringing a real-world perspective to the real-world whiskey consumer.
And welcome to the first sip. This is a video series, a recurring video episode format that we do every Monday, where we draw a sample at random from our first sip blind sample pool, which is completely comprised of things we've never tried before. So not only will you see our blind reaction to what's in the glass and the price before we find out what we're drinking, but we've never had this before, so there is no familiarity with the product. Let's get right into the nose.
Let's do it. To me, this smells like an apple that rolled around in a little dirt outside.
Yeah, I can see that because it does have a fruity sweetness to it, but then there's also this earthy oakiness that's grounding it out a little bit. Honestly,
grounding it out, eh?
Rounding, either one, both for that matter.
Grounding it and rounding it out.
Yeah, exactly. And what I will say about this is it smells pretty rich and thick and decadent. It smells like it could be kind of something on the palate. So let's get it on the palate and see.
Right. Well, I completely bypassed the front of my tongue and it just went to the back of my mouth. I need another sip.
Yeah.
Because that was a lot to handle. So hold on.
Yeah. So that first sip was more than I expected. The nose did smell rich, like it was going to come through with a little bit of flavor. But I think what surprised me is the proof. The proof came through a little bit higher. It
tastes high proof. It's not as sweet as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I expected more fruity sweetness on the palate. It's leaning more towards the oak.
It's leaning more oaky, but there is some sweetness there. It's just not as sweet as I expected it to be, which in my book is a good thing.
Yeah.
So I ain't mad at it.
Right. In my book, it's not as good of a thing because this is leaning kind of away from the profile that I personally like, but I am going to need another sip of it as well.
I feel like this is packing a punch with proof. I can feel that there's proof there, but I'm the third sip. This is technically my third sip. I'm getting more oak. Like each sip I'm taking, I'm getting a little more oak, which I think is good, but I don't know. Yeah,
to me, it's weird. It's really hits right at the front with a little bit of sweetness, and it transitions so quickly into like spices and then oak, but not like a spicy sharpness. It's just like that, the flavor of spices that I couldn't even tell you what's in here.
Yeah.
But the oak, it just turns woody, and it's not like an old oak necessarily. It's not like a sweet oak. It's not a dry oak, a bitter oak. It's just wood.
General oak.
Yeah, it gets kind of woody.
It's just wood, guys.
Yeah. I gotta have another sip of this thing before I even can wrap my head around some ratings. I'm still trying to figure it out.
I'm getting a little bit of pepperiness along with the oak.
Mid-palate, yeah. Yeah, so let's tell you guys what we're getting here so you know at least what to expect. I would think that this is either maybe some type of double oaked rye or toasted rye, but it kind of comes across with a lot of your classic Kentucky bourbon flavors.
Especially on the nose.
Yeah.
Especially on the nose.
It's a lot of caramel, a little bit of vanilla, oak, but on the palate, there's a pepperiness. There's a little bit of spearmintiness making itself known. So if it is a bourbon, maybe high rye, it's coming across with just like that little bit of ryeness to me. There's some influence there at least.
Yeah.
It's got a nice woody finish on it. Are you ready to give this thing some ratings? Yeah. I think I need another sip real quick. So you give yours and I'll take another sip.
Okay. So for right now, I'm going to give it a thumbs up. I enjoy it. We're going to see what the cost is, and that may or may not change what I say.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm going to go just okay. The more I sip it, the more this continues to lean away from the flavor profile. What is happening?
This is your first drink of the day too,
man.
The
flavor profile that I prefer. It's leaning away from that.
It is a little more spearminty.
And it's leaning right into your preferred flavor profile.
It sure is.
So this is very interesting. Can't wait to find out what this is. In our blind sample key for our first sip pool, this is number 91.
Oh, wow.
So price first and then what we've been drinking. Price is?
$50.
You know what? If this is like the proof point for what I think might be a rye or kind of a rye heavy bourbon, probably wrong on all of that. But
I don't know. It does kind of lean rye.
But $50 for this proof point and the quality. Like, you know what? Real quick before you tell me what it is, I didn't say anything about the finish, the body.
Yeah, and I haven't seen what it is. I just know, I already know what my score is. This doesn't change. I'm still a thumbs up because $50 for this is, I would get it. Yeah,
it's got a solid body to it. The finish lingers around. I would say it's like a medium plus finish. Like it does stick around, faint but lingering. And it, you know, it has that little wave of flavor that I like. It's just not the flavor profile that I prefer.
It may be the kind of thing where it's more leaning towards my flavor profile, so I would be fine buying it, but it's not leaning towards yours, so you might still not want to get it.
Right. So
even though it's good for the money.
So based on $50, are you still staying thumbs up?
Yep.
Okay. I think I'm still staying just okay. Boy, I'm having a really tough time today talking, guys.
All right. We all have those days, don't we?
I think I'm staying just okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's find out what this is.
It is New Riff Balboa Rye. 100 proof.
Hey.
Whoa.
Wow, it drinks hotter than that.
It drinks hotter than 100 proof.
I was thinking this was like 110, 112.
It's a 4 years heirloom rye. The words go off the screen, so I can't see.
It's Balboa Rye is an heirloom rye that New Riff uses.
Yeah.
So that's all you need to know, really.
This is thanks to Nate Souza, who gave us the sample.
The Suze. Thanks, man. Cheers.
I enjoyed this, and I will say it definitely drinks higher than 100 proof, which for me is good value, because if you can... You almost get more than you pay for, because
you're getting more flavor.
Like you're getting more flavor because of the proof. You think it's higher proof,
But if you want a smooth pour, if you want something that's more approachable, this is leaning way outside of that. This is very rye forward.
For sure.
Like we said, it has some elements there that are classic bourbon, but the more we sip it, the more rye forward it got. I think
this was a morph. It morphed. It started out pretty bourbon on the nose for me, and then it kind of tasted like oaky bourbon. Then the more I sipped it, it was like, oh, I'm getting that spearmint, peppermint, or pepper flavor. So it transformed throughout my process.
I do want to come back. This is a 4-year product, and the oak on this thing is remarkable for being 4 years old.
Young, yeah.
This is a testament to New Riff and what they're doing up there. But I will say, having tried this, and then as you're seeing this a few weeks ago, us having tried the 6-year malted rye, I certainly lean towards more of the sweetness in that malted rye. Like I was a little closer to thumbs up on that one than I was on this one, but both good products. New Riff is doing good work. We are fans, and we ain't afraid to say it.
And if you're fans of this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, give it a like. It's less than $50, so if you could give it 2 thumbs up, you should, but you can't. So 1 thumbs up is good. If you aren't subscribed and you'd like to subscribe, we would gladly have you. Welcome to the family. And then also hit the bell icon to be notified when we post our monthly live streams and our weekly videos.
Yep. Until next time, be good to each other. Cheers.